hear teaching strategies, I hear teachers, children, and family.
You ask anyone here why they get up and come to work every day, it's in service of the field.
When I was a teacher and a customer of Teaching Strategies, I felt like they were my partner.
We're making sure that what we're producing is effective and essential in the classroom.
It's keeping the educator and the relationships between the educator and children at the heart of everything we do.
To be able to support teachers and administrators in that effort is a really powerful thing.
Everything is geared to support children and families in every way that we could do that.
And that's because many of us came from the fields. Many of us were teachers, we were administrators, and if not, a lot of folks here are parents of young children.
We all play a part in helping children to succeed.
And I think that's what makes us really special. So here at Teaching Strategies, we create materials, solutions, resources to support early childhood educators.
I would read about Teaching Strategies and the great work that they did and how they were a leader in the field of early childhood education. That stayed with me when I went to the State Department. Most of the programs in the state-funded preschool program in New Jersey were using creative curriculum as well as the assessment tool, Teaching Strategies Gold. That really brought me in an introduction to Teaching Strategies in a real way.
As a former teacher, I know what it's like. We want to make sure that we are meeting whatever research and theory says about early childhood in our present time. And then it's just speaking to those who are out there in the field. What do you need? What's important? What are you struggling with? What are your challenges? And so, we work together. All the amazing teams here work together to make sure those needs are being met.
Right before I started working at Teaching Strategies, I actually worked for a year as an in-home childcare provider, and that's really when my passion for this industry began. I'm so proud to work here because I believe that our commitment to supporting customers is unparalleled. We have an incredibly collaborative team. If one of us doesn't know the answer, we all put our heads together to make sure we can get it for them.
So I was leading an early learning initiative for a large metropolitan school district and had just come in contact with so many phenomenal, passionate people at Teaching Strategies. We had 3 model early learning centers, and we chose the Creative Curriculum in Gold as the resources that we would use in these 3 centers. They were pre-K only, and it was transformational. It was the first time for many of these teachers that they had resources created just for them and pre-K age children.
So I think I want customers to take away the most is that Teaching Strategies is very flexible. We want to make sure that we accommodate their needs in a way in which it makes them successful.
As a teacher, I was really frustrated with the lack of professionalism in the resources that I had available to me, and I think that's something we hold very dear to us at Teaching Strategies, that we look at every educator, from a family child care provider to an early Head Start to a public school kindergarten teacher, that we're valuing all of them as professionals in the fields. While I was inspired by the work I was doing with children and families, I felt like I could make an even bigger impact and be part of a larger story, raising the quality of the field, if I got to change the resources that we were providing to teachers.
The relationship that early childhood educators have with the children in their care, that relationship between teacher and child has the power to dramatically influence who that child becomes, how they love, how they empathize with others, whether they love reading, whether they find joy in mathematics. An early childhood educator has the power to dramatically influence all of those things, and that's what we get to support at Teaching Strategies.